Hello and welcome to K-Stop, Fuse's K-Pop podcast. Hello everybody, this is Jeff, and as always, I am joined by the Tinashe to my Chanyeol.
Ooh, I
Tina
get to be
Sue.
Tinashe?
Of course you're Tinashe.
Oh, I'm down with that. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of K-Stop. Happy almost Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Because by the time the next episode comes out after this, it'll be post-Halloween. And we'll be
you're
binging on discounted Halloween candy.
Yes.
At least that's what we'll probably be doing in the office.
That's my plan. Yes, I am very excited for Halloween. I'm very excited for my Halloween diet to be over because
Your diet of candy?
no, my diet of looking good in my Halloween costume.
Oh my
Tina.
God. What are you going to be for Halloween?
All right, I guess I can expose it.
He's
on
going to be
air.
like half naked.
Oh
in
my
the
gosh,
cold.
Tina. No, I have to look good because this is a very timely, very relevant costume to this year. I'm going to be an Olympic wrestler. Okay?
Are you lying?
No, I'm going to be a USA Olympic wrestler. I literally even have a uniform that the Olympic
How did this
team...
idea come about?
Because I wanted something timely. I wanted something relevant. I wanted...
He's lying.
I'm not lying. I literally have the...
Wait, how is a wrestler more... I'm down for this idea, but why is a wrestler more relevant than, say, a non-wrestler?
Because, Tina, I literally have the USA uniforms that they used in the Olympics, okay? So
I'm so gullible. I'm just believing everything he's saying.
What do you mean? There's nothing
Jeff
to
is
be
very
gullible
good at
about.
lying with a straight face.
I agree that I'm a great liar.
Yeah, he really is.
But no, that's
All
my
right,
costume.
well, I look forward to these photos.
Yes, it's a great... Well, I can't decide if I'm going to wear it in the office or not. But
Well, I
don't
will
think-
say that I've witnessed him drinking his protein shakes. He'll go into like a separate room and do push-ups. So I think he's like
Oh my
really,
God, I'm getting
really,
exposed
like,
here.
He's really, really like setting this up to be a big Halloween moment.
Tina, I got to look good in my costume, okay?
Well, you're way ahead of me. I don't even have a costume idea. I might not do anything.
What? You have to. It's Halloween.
Halloween stresses me out. I don't
my
like planning. Oh no, I do like planning things, but I don't like I don't know, what's the word? Like putting time into coming up with something that's only gonna be used like one.
Which is why you use it all weekend and you just take a million photos and everyone sees it. Because last year I had 2 costumes actually, and I was obsessed with both of them. I loved them.
2 costumes?
Yes, because one was a little more difficult to pull off. But the year before, I just try to make, I don't know. I really want to go everywhere with this costume this year.
Okay.
Because I love it.
So it has to be versatile.
It's yeah. So this one is
Mobility
pretty versatile.
is key.
Yeah, I'm just so excited about it.
Okay, I'm excited too.
Personally, yeah, Tina, I really need you. And worst comes to worst, you can borrow some animal ears of mine.
That's
or
true.
I have
That
a
is
lot of
always a
options.
go-to.
I have
Jeff always has animal ears.
I do. I got some really good ones on discount at the Halloween store. There's this
right.
really great store in New York City. I think it's literally called the Halloween store or something.
Oh yeah, is that in like is that like
Union
East Village?
Yeah, East
Okay,
Village, right
yeah.
by the Union Square.
Yeah.
They were half off. These great mouse ears. I loved them.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I just feel like it's so much pressure to come up with something original.
see, that's what I love, though. I love the pressure.
I guess I don't. I'm lame.
Oh, Tina, this is disappointing. I really want you to have a great costume.
We'll see. I have a few days.
Yes. So, K-Stop listeners, let us know what you're doing for Halloween.
Yeah. Tell us what you're doing.
I wanna
or if you're
know-
dressing up as something K-pop related, that'd be fun.
Yeah, right. I've always considered like doing something.
But I feel like K-pop's all about like squad goals. Like you gotta get your girls together, and you could maybe pull off like a Girls Generation concept or something. That'd be dope. But
yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see like any like CLs or something this year.
oh yeah,
Because CL's actually performing in New York in a couple
That's
days.
right.
I'm going to be seeing her. Can't decide if I'm gonna wear my costume to the concert or not. Probably not. Spoiler alert. But but yeah. Can't wait for a spooky Halloween.
Yes, indeed.
I love the word spooky. Okay, but also, K-Stop listeners, I have to admit, I screwed up. I typically prepare the posts and the articles for every week. That includes the poll that we do every week. And I forgot to include the poll from last week's K-Stop
Well, we should just
listeners.
make up the percentages then.
I should just make it. I probably should just tell everyone what I made up. But I think, well, let's try to remember who did we vote for?
We talked about Crush.
We talked about Crush. We talked about IOI, and we talked about Ladies Code.
Yes.
And I think in the end, I was swayed to choose Ladies Code.
You
in the
were.
very
I chose
end.
Crush.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going
they're the
to-
winners.
Yes, they tied.
They tied.
Sorry, IOI.
With 50% of the vote.
Although
each.
if I had to be realistic, IOI probably won.
Yeah, I think so too, because I think a lot of fans were very excited.
Like,
about-
as much as I love Crush, I don't see his fans being like, yeah, he needs to win this poll.
Yeah, and I don't see Ladies Code's fans either. So I screwed up. So sorry. Please forgive me. We let us know if maybe IOI wouldn't have won in your opinion, but because
Maybe they all came in around equal, like same percentage.
yeah, maybe we'll just say that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll include like a later poll. So go back to the episode, vote again. I'll give you guys another week. So sorry, but as you know, you guys, even though it doesn't seem like it, you're always a part of the show. We love seeing your comments. We love reading them. We love seeing comments on iTunes, ratings on iTunes. We love it all. We always include a playlist of YouTube videos. We love talking with you guys about everything. About K-Stop, about K-pop. Please hit us up anytime. I'm at Jeff__Benjamin.
And I'm at Hey_Tina with 3 A's.
Yes. So after that sort of lengthy, confusing, depressing intro, sorry everyone, let's just get right into the
Let's
music
do
this
it.
week. This can be an interesting episode this week, I think. So, Tina, who's first on your list?
Well, in the spirit of Halloween,
spooky.
Why don't we go right into the biggest release of this past week? I don't think that's inaccurate.
No, definitely not.
Twice is back with TT. From their new album. Remind me the name because I'm blanking.
I believe it's called
Coaster something. Lane.
Yes,
Lane
Twice
one.
Coaster Lane 1.
That is
seemingly,
not easy to remember. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Seemingly indicating there'll be a Lane 2
Lane
soon. Something big. But yes, here they are right with this new song. And I just think first and foremost, let's, analyze the song. And I just love, for those who maybe it might be not so clear, because I needed a moment to kind of exactly realize what they were going for. TT is sort of referring to like the emoticon of like crying or like sadness, sort of like cleverly, jokingly crying. Because like, the top of the T are supposed to be, the eyes.
Your closed eyes.
Your closed eyes. And the line, underneath the top of the T are sort of, supposed to be a spout of tears.
The tears, right.
Which I get. I remember, anytime I'm kind of, texting with someone in Korea, friends in Korea.
It's big in Asia to use the crying face.
Yeah.
I've had to, like, when I use it sometimes with, I guess non-Asians, they get a little bit confused and have to clarify. But when but they think it's dope. Like, it really looks like a crying face. It's really cute.
It's way cuter than whatever, I've
It's not
always
like a
known.
wailing face.
Yes.
It's not like, oh my God. Like, you can use it in like a situation where you're not actually really sad. It could be like
it's like
playful
joking,
crying too.
For sure.
So.
Yes, but so concept aside, or moving along with the concept, what did you think of the actual song?
I didn't like it.
Ooh, coming right out hard.
I think the thing with Twice that doesn't really work for me is I feel like a lot of their songs are very chanty, and it doesn't sound melodic. It doesn't sound like a song to me. It sounds like they're just chanting, and it's just I'm trying to get it to be stuck in your head, which is fine because that's what a lot of K-pop songs kind of try to play on. But I feel like after Cheer Up and then hearing this, it just was a lot of the kind of same tone to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree that I don't. So, I mean, I wasn't the hugest fan of Cheer Up. I didn't really like that chorus, even though it was just so catchy
it was a
and
huge
such a
hit
hit.
though.
Here I kind of agree that it doesn't. I don't know. I think this song is a little more melodic. They really try to at least include more hooks. There's a lot more obvious like hooks in my opinion,
Right.
like the la 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 la
Yeah.
and na 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 na
And
na.
was it Chewie who sang the bridge? Was that her?
The bridge.
The bridge toward the end, oh not end, but I guess bridge like 3/4 the way through where it kind of slows down a little bit.
Oh.
And yeah,
It's
I think that was
her,
her,
it's
right?
Mina, and then it's Jihyo.
Okay.
I'm dropping things all over the place
Yeah,
here.
what are you doing over
I don't
there?
know. I've dropped like 5 things today. Yeah, so you know what? So that part actually is a big. Well, what did you want to say about the bridge?
Just to your point that it was a bit more melodic and it felt like they were making more of an effort, and
Ah.
I could discern that from the rest of the song.
Yeah, oh, interesting. Because in my opinion, that's sort of like that part just really highlights to me just how much auto-tune is being used in this song. Like
There is,
bec-
yeah.
like I just really, I thought we said this about Cheer Up too, that there was just so much auto-tune to the point
Yeah.
that they do not sound human, and lots of
Right.
times I agree that like it just doesn't sound natural at this
Yeah,
point.
it just
Like
it falls flat for me. I don't like things that sound super processed.
it's processed, yeah.
Like if you're gonna throw in some auto tune, it has to fit the genre or the
Yeah.
sound. Like I get it if it's like a dance track, an EDM track, there's auto tune, that's
Right.
fine. Or like I think Crush used a little bit of auto tune in one of his songs, but it was still like heavily instrumental. So it
Yeah.
balanced out. I think this
Well, we all know
just-
Crush can sing.
Right. And I think this is just I have difficulty already like figuring out who is doing what in this group, and they get lost in the formation sometimes. But I do think at least in this, I guess if we want to get into the video a
Let's
little
get
bit,
in the video.
I think like the formations this time made a bit more sense, whereas in the cheerleading video, I kind of was like, are they in the group? Because I'm not super familiar with all the members. I'm like, who's in the group and who's like just part of the cheerleading formation? Where
Right. Oh,
this one made a bit
interesting.
more sense, and they, I did like how they played on like the Halloween dress up Disney, theme to it.
Yeah, totally.
And each one, I could
So
tell the
fun.
girls apart a bit better.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that.
Yeah. It's definitely a good move on their part.
Yeah.
They did this in the last one where they all kind of had their own little look and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time, once again, they really like are trying to bring out those personalities,
Right.
which I think was a smart thing. Because my biggest thing about their debut video, if you remember, like Ooh Ah, the song, like I got
Yes.
really confused because I remember they were introducing each girl one by one,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't showing the whole group until like at the very end. And I'm like, wait a minute, I think everyone's confused. They're not sure if this group has 4 or 6 or 9 or
Right,
10
right.
or whatever members.
Right.
Like,
It's just like one after the other.
yeah, it just got really confusing. Even
Yeah.
and so I think they kind of polished that idea that okay, look, 9 different members, 9 different personalities,
Right.
9 different things going on. So I think they're getting better about that, and I think that's smart.
Right.
If you have the budget to style everyone differently.
Totally.
Go
I
for
will
it.
say, despite how clearly they use a lot of resources, there's a lot of editing involved in this video.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening. It still looked cheap to me.
Sometimes it looked cheap. I agree. I didn't
A
like.
lot of it looked cheap.
I did not like that pumpkin border that they did.
Yeah.
Like that was such a cute moment when they were all doing the TT, dancings, But then like there's these weird teeth around the border and I'm like, no,
I don't know
that
what's
is not
happening.
cute.
And I thought some of it was just tacky. I think that's my thing with Twice. It's a little too childish and tacky, and not like in a fun or cute manner, because they're all like what's their average age? I know they're not like super old, or
I think the youngest is 16 and probably the oldest is like early 20s.
see, that's the thing. Like I feel like it's just not matching up for me. It's too childlike for me. And I get that it's Halloween, but it
feels a little maybe
still
immature.
like maybe it's their outfits or something, and it doesn't help that song entire concept is evolved around, the crying emoji.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the Tinkerbell thing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that
I don't
look.
know. It was just the whole thing was weird.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if the auto tune, I mean, I guess I'm here for it being really fun and really, playful in that way.
Right.
But, kind of like taking a step back, it almost just feels a little like, wow, like, a little too much with the costumes and whatnot.
I think it was just a little too literal. It was too
Maybe.
literal for me.
Maybe that's what it was. I mean, I'm still just, the auto tune just really shocks me. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I think Twice is clearly this really popular group, really doing, very exciting to watch and everything like that. But I still think there's still some work to be done. Like, I'm just worried it's all going to be like too much too fast. And like this group is just going to like implode from not exactly, just not having a solid base.
I don't really get their image.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the few JYP artists that just is not making much sense to me.
Well, I always that was always my kind of criticism with GOT7 too, is that, I thought if they found something, when I thought they found something that worked, they would switch it again and it wouldn't really work. Like, you guys remember I wasn't a huge fan of like Hard Carry. That just seemed like a BTS ripoff. And, the songs before, they just, if I thought they were going for one thing, they'd switch it up again. And I don't know, like, maybe that's the future of these groups, is that they're always going to kind of change it around. And, as long as it's a fun song, they'll be fine. But I don't know. It's, I guess I get GOT7 a little more than Twice at this point.
I definitely feel like they, at least sonically, on that last album, despite Hard Carry being very different, I feel like the rest, not all of the tracks on the album, but in general, it still sounded like them, and it was still believable.
Yeah, and I guess the one thing, that I'll just say, I guess Twice, if anything, to me kind of feels like they're 9 different personalities all brought together in one group, and maybe that's their thing. I don't know. That was something I always kind of got from Miss A too, was like, different personalities, one group or something. And I think they tried to show that too. But I don't know. It felt more cohesive with Miss A, at least.
Okay.
But, at the very end of the music video, though, I was kind of curious about this. There's that knocking at the door.
Oh, that's right.
And it then says to be continued.
Right.
And, the kids look at, the door. And I asked, my followers on Twitter what they thought, the ending might be. And this one was kind of interesting. I wasn't sure maybe they're going to add Somi from IOI to the group, or maybe
that's an idea.
That's like, do you remember when Girls' Generation did O and Run Devil Devil?
Yes.
And they did the to be continued.
That end was like, it made sense. It was real quick. It was really slick the way they did that.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if it's going to be, the reverse concept. But Stephen Knight at Tennessee Appeal on Twitter said he thinks that the door knock was like a Jingle Bells reference, like Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
Oh, okay.
And that he thinks that, they're going to come out with like a Christmas thing with like, 8 reindeer plus Rudolph, aka 9 girls. He said their concept photos kind of look like they're like almost imitating riding a sleigh.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I was like, when I saw that.
Wouldn't that be delayed though? Like,
well, that's the thing. I think they have like about a month or something to come out, with a.
Okay. So they would promote this and then drop that.
I guess
if
so.
this were.
And if you remember last year, GOT7 also released something around this time, released an October single, and then also came out with like the holiday version of their album. So I'm kind of curious. The more I look at it, I'm kind of like, they might be onto something.
Yeah.
So good theory right there.
And like I can imagine a Christmas single being very like jingly and chanty, which is what they like to do.
Exactly. Coming out with cute Christmas clothes. I can already imagine it.
Oh, God.
I can already see it in my head.
I will say Chewie looked really, really, really pretty.
Oh, yeah, she's slaying it. I saw some interesting comments actually about a lot of fans thought she might have been too whitewashed.
Oh, really?
And, then some fans were saying that she's a vampire. typically
Yeah.
that means lighter skin for people with lighter
Well, I
skin.
mean, they also like white skin there. So what?
I know.
What is like?
It
I
was
don't
kind
understand.
of a. It was kind of. I saw both sides of that argument. It was very interesting. I don't know. I was.
Girl, Hyuna's naturally that light. She always looks like that. So and she has like the light eyes, looking like Hyuna's vampire look is just like how she looks all the time. So
Wait, why are you bringing up Hana?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know why they're complaining about that when Hyuna like pretty much always looks like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was interesting, and I was like, well, yeah, that was the first criticism. When I was looking
Also,
through comments and
the
stuff
video
like
is
that.
based on costumes. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
So that's twice for you, everybody.
All right.
What do we? I think we're. I mean, granted, I keep playing the song.
Not
I can't,
impressed.
I can't stop playing it. To be honest,
Hard pass.
I'm like TT. Yeah, but
Hard pass. I didn't listen to the rest of the album, which I will check out. It is on Spotify.
Yeah,
so.
it just came out, so I'm very curious. It was sort of racing up the charts in the U.S. too, so I'm curious to see how they do.
Okay.
I forget whose team they're on.
I was just
Are they
probably
on-
not mine.
They're on my team.
I
Ha!
knew it.
Hopefully, I do okay.
I feel like mine are either not charting or just not even making a comeback. So
I know. Well, that was me last time, so we'll see. But anyway, who's next on? Or let us know your theories about Twice. Are you feeling them? Is
Yeah.
this third release, good for you? Is it another slam dunk or not? Let us know. Who's next
moving
on our list?
on, let's talk Jay Park, who
Jay
has
Park.
his comeback has been in the works.
Yeah.
He has released quite a few, not necessarily music videos. He dropped a couple in the past couple days.
Yeah.
But, the promotions were there. He's been tweeting.
Yeah.
He released Aquaman a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of almost releasing almost like a typical U.S. Western artist would,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
getting
Make
the
that-
the hype up before getting into like release week, and then releasing even more content during release week.
Right. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
So his album is called Everything You Wanted and
Yes.
features a lot of, names that we've heard before, Loco, Gray. So he dropped the video for Drive, which features Gray,
Yes.
about roughly like 6-7 days ago. And then just a little bit before we recorded this, he dropped the video for Me Like Ya. And so those are two official singles. And then Aquaman was the first official single from the album. And yeah, so he returns with, let's talk about Drive first.
Yeah.
Drive is, the two are very different. So
Right. So Drive, musically, this one was my least
please
favorite.
don't sound so excited.
This was my least favorite release of kind
Really?
of the whole Jay
shit.
Park
Okay.
package.
All right, I'm about to.
Go for it. I don't know. The video just didn't give me what I
Okay, so
wanted. The
here's
song didn't give me what I
Here's my thing. When I
Yes.
first saw this video and heard the song, I was like, "This is the most basic thing I've ever heard. This is
Okay.
every
Just based on what I'm
R&B,
thinking.
hip hop, Tyga-esque
Yes.
song." Even the video is like shot poolside. I'm like, really? But then the more I watched it and the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. And you know what I think
Interesting.
I like about it is there's no surprises with this. This is your standard sweet spot when it comes to kind of like that early 2000s R&B hip hop mesh,
Yeah.
where it's just like all those songs kind of sound like that.
That's a good thing to you.
And you're like, oh, I'm kind of nostalgic for this kind of vibe. Because these days it's always like, oh, let me throw in some EDM. Let me throw in some weird shit.
Right.
This is just like what you expect a Jay Park song to kind of sound like.
Okay.
It's like it's kind of like smooth, but there's the rapping, and it's just like it kind of comes together nicely. It's not a jarring song. It's like what
Yeah.
his earlier things sounded like.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that like this is kind of so like I think about this a lot when I listen to K-pop, is that like I think for the longest time K-pop like really was that early 2000s Neptunes, sort of sound. And it only very recently, in my opinion, kind of really became its own sort of thing and its own beast. And so lots of times when I kind of hear these sounds that, are something familiar from, past pop eras of,
Right. It is like a dated sound.
it makes me almost feel like it's not K-pop living, or it's like it's just once again,
recycling.
it's just recycling. It's not living up to that potential
Yeah.
of innovation and that, originality
But see,
that I
the
know
thing
it
is,
to be.
it's Jay Park,
And that's the
he
thing.
this
He-
is his sound.
Right.
This
He
is
is-
what he
he's a
likes.
Seattle guy. He's
And
a-
he right. And I think it's not he knows what he is good at and
Yeah.
what his fans like. It's
Right.
not like he's trying to really push the envelope on every kind of concept.
I get that.
Although the next song
The
I will
next
talk
one,
about, I
'cause
feel
I-
like he is kind of like trying to try different things, and maybe it doesn't always work.
Well, so you don't think Like Ya works?
I think the song itself, if I just listened to it, I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't dislike it. I would
Yeah.
I don't love it.
Uh-huh.
I think the video is a little corny at some parts. Because I feel like he's trying to take it to another place.
That's interesting.
I do appreciate him using, I think, the girl's Spanish,
oh yeah.
the main girl.
I wrote that down too.
Yeah, and she's like beautiful. They're vibing. They look good together. It wasn't like super
Yeah.
explicit. It was just like sexy.
Totally. Much more chemistry than he had with Bora in Drive.
It just seemed like he was just like so enamored by Bora, and Bora was just like la 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 la. La. I'm just like in the pool walking around because
I'm in the pool by myself, not doing anything, and
Oh wait,
you're
hold
just
on. I forgot to mention that I really appreciate the subtitles for Drive because Jay Park did the subtitles himself.
Oh, really?
So
Oh, so nothing got lost in translation.
he put in subtitles like, so Gray started like rapping in English, and then the subtitles were, Jay was like, Gray's sexy English time.
Oh my gosh, did he really?
He really put that in there,
Oh,
and then
God.
at the end, because at the end they just like repeat the hook, right?
Yeah.
And so, and the hook is, despite it still being Korean, Jay was very obviously like, well, I'm not gonna sub it again when it's the same thing. So he's like, same hook the first 3 times. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Bye. Like,
Dang.
I'm
Oh,
just
I
like,
kind of love
what?
that though.
I think it's hilarious. I didn't know he
That
like
is
he could do it
hilarious.
himself.
Right. I didn't know you
So
could
I thought that
either.
was really funny.
Wow.
But anyway, it's just funny tidbit.
Good
But
note.
so you didn't like the song you said for Drive.
Drive. Didn't like the song. Didn't like the video.
Okay.
Felt like Gray looks awesome.
Okay.
But-
So it sounds like we both at least kind of like the video, certain aspects. Do you like the song for
Me Like
For
Ya?
Me Like Ya?
Yeah, so I like that, that beat drop is cool. It's very much, kind of playing to this, it feels like very much a play towards, American, westernized music. Cha-Cha Malone, I guess. Or,
Right. It's
sorry,
part of his
he does.
AOMG crew.
Right, yeah, which is, this person seems like a great fit for Jay Park. I really kind of enjoyed all
Right.
their
They've worked
things
together for a number of years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. His name is just kind of popping up on my radar then.
Mm-hmm.
I can't totally tell if like the song as like a whole has that sort of overall universal appeal. I think
Right.
it feels at times a little cheesy, a little
It feels
too
a little forced. in
yeah,
certain-
like a little too much,
yeah.
like really going for that like Ibiza sound,
Right,
things
right.
like that. But I will say, I think it was just cool how, it is something a little different, a little fresh for him. Loved, that there was a diverse, love interest,
Right.
because usually it is, typically someone of Asian descent or white Caucasian descent, which is cool to see that, and it's not like some big obvious thing. It's just like,
Right.
yeah, they're vibing
in
together.
all different body types.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And like it's not even like she was like they weren't because him and Bora, in my opinion, had very little chemistry,
Right.
very little going on. That probably had a lot to do with agencies and whatnot
Right.
and specifications for filming.
Right.
They were like really going for it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I'm like, great, this is awesome.
Right.
I loved it. And, I think it's awesome that he's kind of showing, I think he knows he has a diverse fan base too. And, if anything, it's kind of like a nod to say, yes, like,
Yeah.
this is something that deserves to be shown as well. So very
Right.
much a fan of that. And it's cool also that it's, he recorded he recorded the video for the English version. Right? Is there even a Korean version?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm
I
assuming,
think on the
yeah.
album there's a Korean version and English version, as
Yeah.
he did for like one or two other songs. But I thought it was one of the sets looked like the Hotline Bling set in the video. The
kinda.
the neon thing. I
Now
was
that
like,
you mention it,
I know, or I was
But
like, that's interesting.
I liked his solo dancing scenes. I thought those were really cool. If you remember the Aquaman video from last month, there were some corny,
Yeah.
sorry.
That
I don't mean to be
entire
too
song
harsh.
is a little.
Yeah,
a little
we're
bit
gonna make a
much.
baby lyrics. Like,
Yeah.
oh, do you remember that? And like, I did not like the dancing in that
Yeah.
video. I'm sorry, that one just did not. There was like,
We're like, all right, chill.
yeah,
Chill, Jay,
like
chill.
it really kind of did not make me so excited. But these new tracks really did catch my interest.
Yeah.
So
I will say, I think Me Like Ya is more of a different sound for him, and I appreciate him experimenting a little bit. If I had to choose between the two songs, just personal preference, I like Drive more.
Yeah. No, Me Like Ya for me.
So we're split on this.
Yeah, but no, I think he's doing cool things. If anything, like I don't know, I was always Jay Park has been kind of an interesting one to watch because I think he's but isn't part of the idol scene. He runs his own label, but he's also still considered K-pop star.
Right,
He
right.
is part of this crew, but not is also a big star in and of himself.
Right.
I think if anything, this album kind of proved to me he knows where he's going with this, and like there's a larger goal at hand.
Right.
So,
Right.
Props to you, Jay.
Yeah, and he's worked hard turning all these releases out.
Yeah. So good for him. Awesome videos. Let us
Indeed.
know what you guys think of Jay Park and if you're feeling it as well.
Yes.
Last but not
Last but not
least,
we have another Sistar connection.
another sister. Everything's related
Yes,
this
it's
episode.
all related this episode.
There's
We
lots
got
of
Bora
connections.
in the Jay Park video, and now we got Bora's group mate, also solo star, Hyorin. And she is coming back with her second solo album, early November 8th. And this is the first release from that album, and it features Doki. And Doki is a often collaborator with Jay Park. And the name of the song is Love Like This. And I'm just going to say right off the bat that I like the song. It is, however, very typical Hyorin.
Yeah.
It is very, very like no surprises.
Yeah.
But it sounds really great, and she sounds great on it.
Right. And if do you remember her first solo promotions?
I do love that album. It was like the one with Stalker and Tonight, and was it Lonely?
Lonely was a One Way Love was like another one of the singles.
I love that album. I don't know if you did, but
Yeah,
I
no,
thought it was
I
incredible.
actually went back to it when I started seeing, the solo announcement. I've been listening to One Way Love like all this week, Lonely all this week. Massage, if you remember that song.
Yes. Oh my god.
Massage is so good.
That's the one with Zico, right? Or is that Zico's the Red Lips one. Massage is
Massage features someone. I can't remember.
Who's
though.
on that? I know this. Shit, I
You
forgot.
got it, Tina. I swear.
Look it up. Look it up.
Massage. Oh, Massage features Doki too.
Oh, that's Doki. Oh, okay.
So they're back together now for this. But once again, I really got, I think Hyorin, she does, sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. It's
No,
like
that's-
Hyolyn or Hyorin.
See, that's the thing. She changed.
She
from-
changed
She's
it.
changed the spelling. I mean,
It was
in
so
Korean,
annoying.
it's still Hyorin, but like
Yeah.
the English like
They made
phonetic
it
spelling.
Hyolyn.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just whatever you want to say.
I'm going to
Like,
stick with
like
Hyorin.
media outlets still write it both ways,
Yeah.
So
Exactly. On her album, it says Hyolyn.
I guess
so
when
we
she's
did
solo, she's Hyolyn.
Yeah. Hyolyn. When she released that album, because she does a lot in Sistar, does a lot in Sistar 19, does a lot of solo
Right.
work herself.
Right.
But I really got what they were going for with that. So, it was very clear that they were going to show a different side of her as a vocalist. Like, very much, she really went for that R&B sound, very
Yes.
like fluttery vocals. She has this really nice sort of raspy head voice, like
Yes,
high
yeah.
fluttery voice in that way. And that's kind of what, in my opinion, they
Right.
based that album around. And that was so cool. Like Lonely is so much that.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff of that in the Lonely or the One Way song. Yeah, it's just like they really
Yeah.
they really honed in on, like, she has this really unique special voice, and
Right.
I loved that. This one almost made me, it's fine, I'm digging the sound,
Yeah.
but it did not come off as special or something that, you
Right.
know, stuck out as to why she needed to announce herself, like,
Right.
via solo this way. Granted, we'll check in with her in 2 weeks
Right.
and see, you know, when the album does come out and when the whole promotions come out, what it'll actually, you know,
Right.
be based around. But here I was kind of like,
It was very regular. It was
it's one
very
for the money,
standard,
two for the
yeah.
show, you know,
Right.
whatever. It almost sounded like something, this is going to sound bad, that like early Ailey would do.
Mhm.
And a lot of, you know, I think one of our criticisms of Ailey, you know, in you know, when we were talking about her most recent comeback, which was very different from her past stuff, but we were saying lots of times Ailey didn't have that sort of, you know, something that stuck out a lot of
Yeah,
times.
she didn't have like an edge to her early
Yes.
on. Yeah.
And she finally did get that with Home, which I'm still bumping.
Yeah.
Like, I listened to it this
So
morning
good.
twice.
So good.
But yeah, it just kind of, you know, the video didn't blow
Yeah.
my mind either.
I will say I'm hoping that they're treating this. I mean, it is like a pre-release
Yeah.
video, and it's very clear that the video is very low budget. She's driving through like
Yeah.
the countryside or desert or
looks
something in her Mustang. She looks gorgeous. She's just singing. Doki's not even in the video. They're like, we
Yeah.
don't have time for this.
Right.
Doki's not in it. She's just in. I will say I like that it was black and white. You know, I like that
Yeah.
kind of feel to it.
She looked
She
great.
was just jamming on the piano. You know, in the middle of
Yeah.
nature, looking beautiful as
Right.
always.
Loved her just proudly showing that tattoo off. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
have you ever seen sometimes they make her cover it up with like tape and stuff?
Yeah.
So bizarre.
So the song. I mean, I think it's appropriate that it's the first release. I trust that the second release, which I believe Zico is on, that will be a little bit
Right.
more in your face, more memorable, I'll say.
Yeah.
I will say her previous collaborations with both rappers have been really stellar.
Yeah.
And
So maybe we were expecting
they
a little
flow
more.
they flow really well together. I'm really, really excited. I think this album should be well, the last one wasn't like, well, I guess the last one was kind of like more demure maybe, but judging from her teaser photos, it seems like she might go a bit more hip hop. I don't know.
That's what I was
don't
kinda-
know.
That's the vibe I was getting
Sometimes the concept photos don't really reflect the sound because I can't see her really like going that
especially
hard.
with Sistar.
Right, because her voice is that R&B, you know,
Yeah.
fluttery sound like you said.
Yeah.
But I like the song. It's fine, you know.
Exactly. It's fine.
I like it.
So no complaints, but no wowed
Yeah.
from me.
It's not like title track worthy.
Definitely, you know, hey, it'll get her back on people's radar.
Absolutely. I'm so stoked. I think her comeback is the one that I'm looking forward to most out
Oh,
of the ones
really?
that has not happened yet.
Ah,
Out of the
okay,
ones that
cool.
have not happened yet.
No, I'm very curious. And, you know, like, it's an interesting time for her because I would argue maybe Sistar didn't have, like, the hugest hit of their career with this last
with
song with
I
I
Like
Like
That.
That. So it'll be kind of interesting to see kind
Which
of
is
where she
interesting that you
takes-
say because that song has grown on me. When that first came out in that
Oh,
episode, I don't know
yeah.
if you remember, but I wasn't really feeling it that much.
Yeah. See, I mean, I still like it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, Hyorin, let us know what you guys think. But, you know, as we decide on the poll, which I promise will be in next week's episode, who gets your vote, Tina? Because I'm really struggling with who gets my vote.
Oh my gosh.
I'm struggling.
I guess. Well, for Jay Park, is it one or the other or all together? Or
I guess let's include both because he did, you know, if he made the effort to, you know, it technically came out within our, maybe Me Like Ya is the one we should focus on.
Okay,
but-
then Hyorin.
Wow.
I like
Interesting.
Drive, but it's tough because, like we said, Hyorin's release wasn't
Yeah, this isn't the
super
official one.
memorable.
Yeah.
And also that.
It's been a quieter week.
But I will say, you know, I like the song a lot, and she looks beautiful and whatever. So that's really all my requirements are for Hyorin. So she has met my requirements.
Yeah.
I will go with that one.
I'll probably go with Twice, just because, even
What?
though, because I know
Oh
I'm
my
gonna, I know I'm
God.
gonna listen to it like 5 million times because of all the hooks.
Ugh.
I like, at the very least, them. I love costumes. I know I didn't give it like the most glowing review, but
And yet you pick it.
it is fun. I mean,
I do not understand
maybe I should give it to Me Like Ya for Jay Park, but
Wow. Okay.
it's in between those two at the very, maybe Jay slightly. Maybe if anything, I love putting up innovation. I love recognizing difference, things that are different.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair. All right.
the video and everything. That's what we get.
Yeah. Well, let us know your thoughts on this week's releases.
Yes,
Use
yes.
hashtag KStop, please. We love hearing from you.
Yes. And now let's get into our charts. We got this week and next week to continue with our October comeback chart battle, where, as you know, Tina and I chose artists on different teams to and we recruited different artists who are supposedly coming back for this month. And the rule was, if they got a song in the top 5 US iTunes, or the top 5 K-pop songs on US iTunes when we recorded this episode, you would get a different you get a point for if you got them right or not. So what we did is, on Team Tina is B1A4 Sandul, Ailey, Mamamoo, Blackpink, Crush, Sekis, and Tiara. And then on Team Jeff, it was Shiny, IOI, Girls' Day, Twice, Super Junior, NCT, and Monsta X. So all those artists were supposedly coming back, supposedly releasing new songs. And then if they ended up in the top 5, you got a point. So far, it's 5-3. I'm winning ahead. I really lost big time last week, or when we did this in April. It was April
Earlier this year.
I think it was April. So I'm looking for a comeback.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess we'll have this week and the next week, because next week will still technically be October,
Right.
To rack
But
up
we won't
points.
know the people who come back next week. We won't know how they do on the charts until the following week.
Yes, exactly.
We gotta. Vix is coming back. Neither of us have Vix on there.
Yeah, Vix was, man, we must have missed that announcement. But in any case, we'll have to see. A lot of these people are probably not coming back. But let's see how the top 5 works out this week. So coming in at number 5 this week is GOT7's Hard Carry, which has been on the chart every week, but it did technically get released in September, so didn't go to anyone. Number 4, rack up another point for Jeff, because Twice's One in a Million,
Of course.
a song from their EP, is
God,
on there.
that just means if that song's on there, that means the rest of it's probably all their songs. Jeff's gonna have like 20 points.
Number 3, we will check in with these guys probably next week. It's Block B Bass Stars with their pre-release single called Selfish and Beautiful Girl.
Okay.
Charts at number 3 this week. So they're making their full-fledged comeback next week.
It's a catchy song.
Really? Oh, I haven't listened to it yet. I'm excited to. But we'll check in with those guys next week. But that one's already gotten a good announcement. So, yeah, no one's got them on their team. Number 2 is Nama Nama Nana. Nama 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 Nana. The new IOI song, which means another point for me.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Very, very, very. Which was
killed here.
number 1 last week. Falls to number 2 this week. And it's replaced only by TT.
Yeah.
I'm like TT.
Jeff's just like raking in the points this week.
Tina, I'm
no
sorry.
Points for me.
You better hope next week is a good one for
what
you.
happened to BTS? I mean, granted, our rule was nobody can claim BTS because that would just be an annihilation. But they're not even in top 5.
Well, the closest one they got is Fire coming in at number 8.
What?
I think for some reason iTunes didn't classify all the new songs as K-pop. And, their album is there, but for some reason the songs aren't showing up there.
So strange.
For some reason the other album was too, but
oh.
yeah, I wonder what's up with that. Maybe they thought it'd be too much chart domination, but yes, are you on the winning team, Team Jeff, or are you on the winning or are you on Tina's team? Are you on the other team? Tina, who has 3 points. I have 8. So, Tina, you better hope Blackpink comes through for you next week or something.
I'm just going to go buy the soju bottles now and I should just concede.
Yes. Oh, yes. As you know, the prize is a soju bottle. April was a bottle of wine. But yeah, but last but not least, let's quickly get into our deep cut of
cut.
the week. We had some cool things brought to our table this week, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. It's a project we're both really digging. We were very into. It's Far East Movement. We're gonna kind of
Yay!
they released this really cool album. If you guys didn't see it, I got to make the exclusive announcement over on Billboard a week or 2 or 3 ago about for this Identity album, where it's basically combining stars from all over the world, but a big emphasis on U.S. stars and K-pop stars, which was really, really, really cool. And it was just such an awesome project and really like inspiring to someone like
And
me.
they grab big names for this.
Yes,
Yeah.
like I mean, I thought it'd just be really cool to just kind of talk about the project, talk about the songs in particular that feature K-pop stars. But yeah, if you guys remember, of course, Far East Movement, where the Leica G6 guys, I
Yes.
believe they're more or less touted as the first Asian Americans to hit #1 on the chart. So, or sorry, on the Billboard Hot 100 when they did it with Leica G6. So yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of cool to run down the songs and talk about our favorites and
Yeah.
just I don't know. Do we want to go through all the songs that feature K-pop stars or?
I guess. I mean, it's not like a ton.
Yeah,
like
no,
maybe
no.
like 6 of them, 7 of them.
Yeah, there are in total 7 songs that hit that feature Koreans, big Korean
Yeah.
stars. And a big thing about Far East Movement, just quick backstory, is that their big thing is that they really honed their skills and really got big initially in K-Town in Los Angeles, and that's sort
Right.
of like I'm not totally sure of all the different individual members' backgrounds. If they're
They
Korean American.
Right. So I believe Kev Nish is Japanese, or he might be Japanese and Korean mixed. And then a couple of the members are Korean, and one might be Filipino.
Okay.
So I think that's roughly the breakdown. But they hail from
California, yeah, LA.
Yeah.
And it was
got
really
their starts in K-Town, yeah.
right. And they sent, they were talking about this in, an interview that we did. And, they were saying that, it's been so interesting that, when we were starting out, people were saying, change your, you guys are quote unquote too Asian, or,
Right.
like, can you change the name, or, can you not be so much one way?
Right.
Which they said was so interesting because, they had never even performed in Asia or Korea or places like
Right.
that until they broke out in America, which is
Right.
kind of funny,
Right.
and it's kind of, so this was kind of them almost coming back to their roots, really wanting to show what they've learned overseas and all these things, and you make
Right.
these really global collaborations. And I think that's best seen in the lead single, For Real Love, that features, of course everyone knows Chanyeol of EXO on this podcast, but it also features Tinashe, who's California R&B pop star,
Yes.
And Marshmello, who's big in the EDM scene.
And yet no one knows who his actual identity.
Yeah, he's a very mysterious.
He's the one with that big marshmallow
yeah.
headgear.
yes. But, that song, in my opinion, I remember, I actually, so a fun fact, I got sent the album early and, to get some, give some feedback and stuff like that. And I remember being like, this is really exciting. Like, this doesn't sound like it's trying to appeal to any particular person. It sounds like it's supposed to be music for all people. It sounds extremely modern.
Right. It does sound international, and I know that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah. But it just works. Like,
it sounds international. It has elements of kind of like I don't know how to describe it, like Asian influence sounds in the song.
Without being corny or
without
cheap.
it having like overpower it and be like, this is what we're going for, like, I think they fused and blended all those sounds together very well, without kind of losing their initial appeal, which is that kind of like that dance kind of party vibe, but they like took in a different direction.
They have a very like I can only describe it as like spacey rap sound. You know, it's like sort of this.
It's funny that you say that because in 2009 they opened for Epic High on their Map the Soul tour, and they were wearing astronaut suits.
No way. Oh my gosh, love that. Yeah, you know, like every time they would come into a track, even though they have all these collaborators and all these things, I always knew when it was them, which I think is very tough to do when you have, I mean, let's just run down the list of collaborators, right? So they have so on the K-pop side of things, they have Tiffany from Girls Generation, J Park, who we talked about today, Hyorin, who we talked about today, Yoonmirae, Loco, Urban Zakapa, you know, Chanyeol, like we were saying. You know, in addition to a lot of, you know, U.S. stars, there's Macy Gray on this. They have Soulja Boy. They have MNEK, who's just so hot right now. So many different people. And I think, in my opinion, it would be very easy to lose oneself when you have all these different, you know, cooks and, you know, people in the kitchen. But I don't know. I'm really impressed with so many of the tracks on here.
Right. I will say I think that getting a better understanding of sounds from other industries and other countries and cultures and fusing it with their sound took them to another level, because Dirty Bass, which was the previous album, which was the album that came after Free Wired, and Free Wire came after Animal.
Free Wired was one that
was like a G6. That was their first major label studio album. Animal was released on their own label, I believe, but they took some of the songs from the track list of Animal and included it on Free Wired. But Free Wire was like their big hit album, and then Dirty Bass was just it fell really flat for me. They had all these they had Tyga, they had Justin Bieber, they had Flo Rida, all these people, but like I think they just lost themselves on the album. It was just all these features. You don't know what was happening. Like half of it just sound like a mess. And I think they really kind of and they realized that they were having an identity crisis, and that's why they shut down for like 4 years.
They did, because
they didn't know where to go from there.
And that's 100%. That's what they were saying. They were saying we really needed to like take a step back and be like, why are we, you know, because I think it's so easy to get caught up in that, you know, oh, we have this huge hit with like a G, you know,
and just like party songs.
Like right. So they like needed. You know, I think there was a big pressure from them and probably the label too to be like, hey, we need, you know, you guys need to follow up with bigger party songs, bigger collaborations, you know, and I think that probably worked to their detriment because they probably didn't actually have that same hunger. And this happens with a lot of artists on their sophomore or kind of that second album that you need
up to the big hit.
Yeah, exactly. So, but here I think they really did do a really nice job, and there's so many just nice tracks on here.
And they took their time with it. They flew back and forth between Korea and LA multiple times, and they didn't you know, they didn't want artists to just feel like or just plopping you on this song and you're just a feature. I got the impression that they really honed everything and really spent a lot of time on the details to get that exact sound that they wanted, and you know, not to just sell themselves short.
Right.
Because this is their first big project in 4 years. So.
Yeah, and you know, I hope it, you know, and I do hope it works out because you know there's a lot of different sounds on here, but at the same time there is that tying force. You know, like for example, you know, like some of my favorites are like the Tiffany song.
You love the Tiffany one.
Don't Speak. I mean, that one was just an automatic bop to me. I think she sounds really cool on it too. Like it's really nice. I was not expecting when the beat drops and she kind of get this housey beat drop. It's just so cool for her.
Totally. So that song, I thought it was okay at first, but it's really growing on me. And I did some research, and apparently King Chang, the producer on there, the DJ on there, he's Taiwanese, but he's based in the U.S. I think he was like born in Taiwan and then moved to the U.S. So like he has a really cool, like he describes his sound as like sexy regal bass, and I think that really actually fits the song.
Oh my God, I love that.
So that song's definitely growing on me.
Yeah, and like the Loco song is really cool too, just because it's something.
No, it's not.
Oh, you don't like it? I think
That's
it's
the
such a
Soulja Boy
turn
one,
up song.
right?
Yes, it's
Oh
such
my
a.
God, no.
See, I love that one,
That
but I
one's,
love
like, the worst
chanting.
one on
It
there
reminds
for
me of like
me.
an old Fat Boy or what's his name? Fat Man Scoop song. Sorry, I love
I'm so
that
sorry.
turn up one.
If they ever listen to this, I'm sorry. It's just not my cup of tea.
Oh,
but
wow.
I appreciate
Well,
the ambitious collaboration.
What'd you think of Umbrella featuring Hyorin?
Umbrella is my favorite song ever.
This one, really? Ever?
Well, maybe not ever, but
It's gorgeous.
It's probably one of my favorite releases of 2016.
It's an amazing song.
And I can't get it out of my head. I'm waiting for
Yeah.
them to release part 2 of the music video. It's just so enchanting and gorgeous. And I think it's a perfect blend of their sound and something that is a more mature kind of extension of something like Rocketeer,
Yeah.
which was the follow-up single to like a G6. And
Rocketeer.
right, and that was,
With Ryan
and
Tedder.
Rocketeer was right, and like it really gave fans a different side of Far East movement.
Yeah. This song is,
And
100%.
like her voice I feel like her voice just blends beautifully with.
Yeah.
with
Did you
like,
see them
everything.
perform it live? They did a
Yes,
sketchbook.
yes, I did.
It's
So that's like my favorite on that album. That's my favorite track on the album.
It really grew on me. That one, that one was a standout. Like initially, like I didn't listen to it at first, but it's so soothing. It's so gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's become a true, amazing song.
Kind
I
of
love-
along those lines. The Urban
Oh, yeah.
Is it Zakapa or
Zakapa,
Zapaka?
yeah.
That I
Fortress.
really, really liked.
Yeah, it's a nice closer.
Yes.
It's like very like you kind of like get where they were going for, and you're like,
Yeah.
And it kind of like brings things back to even the opener, which was the Fighter song with Yoonmirae.
Yes.
And I love that video
that
too.
one too.
It has that historical footage in it,
Right.
and I think a lot of people, who grew up similar to Far East movement.
I like cinematic Far East movement more than party cinema.
I think I do
party
too.
cinematic party Far East movement. I like their kind of like.
I like this sentimental side.
Sentimental kind of searching. I like that sound, but I love that they can do both. I think they did both well on this album.
Yeah.
The J Park one I like it.
Yeah.
It's probably right in the middle for me out of all the K-pop collaborations on there.
Mhm.
It's in the middle. It's fine.
No, I love how he got a little dirty on it. I love Enemy K's production on that.
Right.
A
It
little,
fit well.
a little insider tea. Maybe if you're a J Park fan, you should be watching Fuse for a little bit regarding
okay.
that one.
Yeah.
Might see some more sides of J Park you'd be interested to see.
Okay.
But that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, no, all in all, I just thought it'd be we thought it'd be cool to talk about this album. And, I think we were even seeing some of our coworkers like really get into this album too, even like Umbrella, which is in Korean. All the other songs are in English, I think. But this one,
Yeah, you're right.
Umbrella's in Korean, and it still works. It's just as accessible and as lovely.
Yes, I think that's definitely the crossover track on this album, despite the single being For Real Love.
Really
I do, yes.
interesting. I want to see. I want them to put out the video. Yeah, but yeah.
I love it.
What are your guys' favorite tracks on the Far East Movement album? Let us know. Let us know what you think of Twice, Hyorin, J Park, Team Tina, Team Jeff. Let us know.
Yes.
Hashtag K-Stop.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. As always, this has been Jeff.
And this is Tina. Thank you so much for listening. See y'all next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.